It's coffee break!
Yay!
Back.
We made it. We survived.
We did.
How?
For once, both of us are actually drinking coffee.
We are.
It's incredible. You'd think, being the namesake of the show, it would happen more often.
Started out with coffee, and then it didn't.
And then we changed to recording in the middle of the night. And then it's like, well, it's not always easy to have coffee in the middle of the night.
No, it's not, but it is what it is.
And now we'll stay awake forever. We've survived. We all survived the Black Friday experience.
Yep.
Which apparently for a lot of stores it was just dead or
Yeah.
empty.
Yep.
Good.
That was a major concern, actually. I was reading the New York Times Saturday after.
Yeah.
Because I'm an old man, I read the New York Times. But
you have a lot of news, like, from all over different places. News sites.
I do read a lot. A lot of that has to do with just doing this podcast. I'm like, whoa, hold on. But usually I read the New York Times. The idea was, at one point I was strong Republican.
Yeah.
And then the pandemic happened and the lockdown. And I was like, well, I need other source of news that's just not total propaganda. Mm-hmm. And I was like, let's just go to the New York Times, which is very blue, very liberal, very democratic.
Sure. Although a lot of Democrats also don't like the New York Times.
Yes, I'll tell you this, they sometimes piss me off. Because I'm like, I don't give a fuck about a pizzeria on the corner of 9th Street in, 3rd? Like, that wouldn't work that way. That's not how the whole city's built. Anyways, you understand the gist of this. And I get frustrated. But then I was just reading it, and now I just kind of keep it around. I'm just like, okay,
I mean, I embarrassingly get all of my news primarily from TikTok. I'll just, like, when I take a break, I'll just go, and I was like, that happened? Like, that's how I found out the Queen died and stuff like that.
New York Times emailed me. They're like, hey, she's dead. And I was like, that's interesting.
The bitch finally dropped dead. Oh, apparently the World Cup is happening.
Yeah, Qatar? Qatar.
I believe.
Qatar?
No, pretty sure it's Qatar. But
it's guitar with a Q.
But it's not
as cool sounding as Eddie Van Halen playing a solo. Let's just be honest.
I was gonna say, America went against England, and England was really hyping themselves up. We're like, we're gonna crush the This is my English accent. We're gonna crush the Americans. We're gonna destroy them. We're Brits in it. Woo! We're gonna destroy. And then no one scored any points. And the Americans are like, that sounds like a win in our books.
You have to understand, if you're not American and you're listening to this podcast, that we also like to play by technicalities.
Yes.
If you watch American sports, oh my god.
If you watch football,
it's riddled with statistics where math is all of a sudden very important.
Yeah, we need, like, rulers to, like, measure out, like, literal inches to centimeters.
We have little hand signals to point out inches.
Yep.
Versus first downs or to home runs.
Watching, there was a game of football sometime like a month ago.
Which football?
American football. If I say football, I mean our football. If I say football, I mean your football. The rest of the world.
I'm not going to be racist or sugarcoat it. I'm just going to tell you straight up. It's soccer. You guys got it wrong.
I usually I'll refer to it, but I don't talk about soccer. Anyway, we were watching football, and it was always the announcers go, it's a game of inches. It's a game of inches. And legitimately, about a month ago, one of them goes, it's a game of centimeters. It's a game of centimeters. I'm like, we can't keep narrowing the margin. So
it's a game of millimeters.
So the bet you made can work out. Because it's all just bets. That's why it's like the biggest gambling scam in America.
Yeah, it's all about numbers.
And I remember being a kid being like, how can this game last 4 hours? Because it really does take so damn long. And at first I was like, it's all the ad breaks. That's the problem. They stop to do ad breaks all the time. But I realized, no, the problem is with every single play, whether the play actually happens or not, there's like 12 dudes launching flags around going like, no, this one technicality, this, no, this, can I cheat or scam this way? How about this? I don't like the fact that guy did that thing. It's just people bitching. It's like if someone went, I don't like how you looked at your pawn in this game of chess that we're playing. So I want to be able to go back and rewind 3 paces. And then they add more and more dumb rules on top of it to try to negate the other people's nitpicking.
Here's my little joke, and I know other people have pointed this out, but if you want to find out who made the sport, does it come down to fractions and equations to become just pure statistics where you're dealing with percentages?
Mm-hmm.
That overall, this guy in his lifelong scheme of playing this game versus just this season alone, and we could tell by this season, and you start hearing words like that,
mm-hmm.
that is a male-driven
it's like,
sports.
Did a specific part of his body hit a specific part of the field?
Is his knee down on contact, or is it by himself? And then what follows after, specifically in American football, if his knee is down by no contact, therefore the ball is there where his knee drops. But if he's forced down it's so stupid.
It's so many of the dumbest rules.
When you start finding those dumb rules, absolutely, and it's in all cultures.
When things are like,
absolutely just men just trying to bicker their way through it.
Yeah, like no, that I don't think that should count. If you see a woman doing it, it's usually so streamlined. Like if you watch like flag football, what's the woman one? Powder puff sports? Is that what it's called? There's a female version of it, and I watched it. And I'm like, this is way faster. We're moving. They don't stop. They just go.
We do have a variant of that, of American football. It's called arena football. Arena football is kind of fun to watch. It's not well televised, but basically just imagine you're on a soccer field indoors. A football field. Right?
Yeah.
And they got these pylons, these large pylons, just like a soccer field that you can just kind of ram into.
Yeah.
The reason is because football is so aggressive. Goodbye, guys. Glad you could do a drive-by.
Yeah, Jarl, here's that
if you
lowest
heard that,
flying plane ever.
It's so they can smack into them and not get hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, even that game has totally different rules than the NFL.
I remember I was just trying to get someone to explain to me what a down is, because it's like blah blah blah, first down, blah, 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 second down. I'm like, what is a down? What makes it down? Is it when the ball is down? And if you ask, especially sport bros, basic questions like this, they will also overcomplicate their answers for things like that. And then they just
they will.
They'll just like regurgitate words, and if I'm like, I don't know that word, they won't bother describing it.
Again, the jargon that goes into it.
And it'll be like, well, what is that? Well, it's this. Well, I know that's its name, but what is it? It's when... and then they start their spiel.
I love watching American football. This season, I have not been too much a part of it. Mostly because my team sucks and they need to revamp themselves.
Also, trying to watch it is so...
it's boring.
It's also, like, impossible to find people who are... like, because you need cable or a $70 a month streaming service.
Yep.
That's fucking bananas. That is actual criminal. Like, I could get Hulu for what? $12 a month?
I think it's 15 now, but yeah.
But yeah, fucking insanity. $70. Who has the money to shit away $70 to watch sports teams they don't even like not do as good as the other teams they don't like either?
It's a toxic relationship there.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing.
I think
You want to talk about toxic relationships?
We can.
We can?
If you want to.
Can I open the gate here?
If all right, sure.
Okay. It's been 4 days. Maybe 5.
Are you talking about your workplace relationships? Like with your coworkers and stuff?
No, I'm not talking about that.
What are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's a toxic holiday.
Yeah.
That shit's disgusting.
Just like with Halloween this year, every story I've heard coming from people, again, it's all TikTok, it's all just like the worst things ever.
Yeah.
Like,
You find out your aunt or uncle's racist.
yeah, horribly,
Your
like,
cousins
fatphobic or bigoted.
are phobic towards you for some reason. Mm-hmm. And you're now stuck in this environment that you thought was home. Or it's not your home, you're in someone else's home, so now you're an intruder.
Trapped in this passive-aggressive or openly aggressive.
Yeah, and now it's just claustrophobic, but the walls aren't the problem, it's the people.
And also, none of the food is good.
No.
It's never good.
No. No. How many of you losers ate Velveeta cheese this weekend?
Ugh. You know what we did? Oh, we had
I didn't eat Velveeta.
We had-
I had better. I had Taco Bell.
We had a lovely, no, we didn't have Taco Bell because, I guess we did the day after.
Yeah, we had Taco Bell.
We had it yesterday. No, for our Thanksgiving, we had a lovely time. We stayed home and
Oh, you made some bomb-ass chicken.
I made deep fried chicken. It was the best. I am so proud of myself.
You did really good with that chicken.
Thanks.
You were...
I think I could do really good with patties that way. Like on a sandwich.
You were just a few notches off of
Mm-hmm.
replicating Chick-fil-A.
Which is crazy. Not my intention.
I don't like Chick-fil-A, but I recognize it. And to hashtag Denny's here, I see you.
Does anyone remember those ads? Those Denny's ads? Where it was just like people being in Denny's and then just, I see you. Like, it's like I see you. I reference your existence in our establishment. They were trying really hard to be poignant with it, but
You know what's funny? We make the joke, but it lasted on us.
it did. We quote
And
it
now I know.
all the time.
If I need someone to know who I am, I can go to Denny's.
Yeah, it's true.
They see me.
There will be a
Fuck you, IHOP.
based on my experience.
Fuck you, Waffle House.
Never been to a Waffle House.
Me either, because they don't see me.
If it's ever my experience I've had at a Denny's is an elderly white woman with too much makeup and very tall hair, but an honestly nice personality, if slightly over it all, will serve me food that is, despite being hot off the grill, already cold and damp. And especially with the eggs, really tastes like it was powdered eggs before.
So I can remember maybe the last it's gotta be 8 years now. The 3 times I went to Denny's.
Wow. Including the one on campus? Did we ever go to that
No, we
Denny's?
didn't.
I would go there. Regrettably.
But I took you to the one off campus. Mm-hmm. That one was what, 2019?
No. It was way before. It was like 2017.
It was a while.
It was a long while.
It sucked. We had dinner there.
It was great. Grand old time.
Yeah.
Weirdly small.
God, that place, if you wanted to put a gun to your head and just say goodbye to everyone, that would have been the place.
Didn't we make that? Oh, wow. We made that joke, too.
Did I make that joke there?
Not that one. When we were there, the joke you made was car. Just have a car just crash into you while you're sitting at the booth.
And then the one after that, which was like 3 years. God, I don't even know where the hell I was.
You mean before?
Yeah, this is how old this one is. It was Fan 4 Stick just came out.
Oof. Was that 2010? 2011?
No, way later.
I don't remember.
Like 2016, 2018.
I don't like Fan 4 Stick. Nah.
Anyways, they had a breakfast burger
Yeah.
that had hash browns and a egg. Mm-hmm. I think they called it like the Thing or something.
That sounds like something Denny's would do.
And I was just like, let's do it. And that sucked.
Yeah, it's all real wet.
Well, they're like, how do you want the egg? And I was like, not. I just hate eggs. I'll eat them, but...
There was probably an option without the egg that you could
Yeah, no,
ordered.
but I wanted the whole experience, you know? So I was like, fine, making an omelet. And then the other time had to be 2011? This might be more than 5 years. I barely go to Denny's. But I remember I used to always get the nachos. I got the nacho platter in the morning. In the afternoon, I'm not there. You know where I'm at? I'm in the baño. I am just shitting my brains out like, why did I make that decision?
Yeah. There's a couple of, especially, think about on
They're
campus.
good nachos.
Are they?
I don't know.
Think about on-campus foods. It was a lot of that. Like, there was one place, I don't even remember. It wasn't a Denny's, but it was something, like, in that vein. What was it? It was... Oh, I just remember I went there once, and I was like, that was awful. And I went there a second time to be like, maybe it'll be different. And then I was like, no, it's awful. It is just bad.
I have a coworker who went to NAU during the time that we were going to NAU.
Oh, you're just dropping the name of the university we went to?
Well, yeah, we've already established that.
What? What?
Anyways, her experiences weren't too different from the ones that we had.
Was she after us or before us?
A freshman when you were graduating.
Okay.
So, like, she knows the Coop. Which was one of those things. We were trying so hard to remember.
Wow.
The Coop. The Coop was a weird spot.
What a dumb addition. Because it wasn't always there, and I was there when they were building it. They spent forever building it.
Yep.
And then it was just there, and it was like a foot away from the on-campus... What was the other... Was it a Chick-fil-A? The other on-campus chicken joint? There was just two chicken joints right next to each other.
Oh, even dumber. There's an on-campus Chick-fil-A. Mm-hmm. And then if you get out, walk across the street, I don't know, 5 minutes,
There's
you walk
another...
into a Chick-fil-A.
And the Coop always had the biggest line. And every time I got it, I was like, not good. It's not good chicken.
I don't know. I mean, it was something to eat.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we survived through Thanksgiving. We did it. My drive home tonight was really nice because I got to see some Christmas lights.
Yay!
And I was like, yay.
We're doing it. We're at that time where Christmas lights are coming.
It's finally officially Christmas time. We are here.
Moving puppies out of ways. Sorry, you can't be under the desk, silly.
You're so cute, though.
So yesterday, we watched Wednesday. That came out.
Wednesday Addams. It's titled Wednesday. It's on Netflix about Wednesday Addams.
Tim Burton's newest
atrocity
thing. You know what? I can applaud him for at least having some black people in his cast for once. Well done, Tim. You're not as racist.
That was never my issue with him.
But that came out, like, recently. And he's like, I don't have black people in my stories because they don't fit my aesthetic. And everyone's like, that's pretty, what?
Why would you say that?
Well, because he's Tim Burton.
I don't know. I'd just be like, hey, James Cameron, calm down.
Your
movie's not that good.
He got famous off of someone else's movie and then convinced himself it was all him and then went crazy and made a bunch of terrible
true.
movies. Yeah.
That is so true. Nightmare is not his.
It's his name plastered all over it, but it's not his.
Little dumb British goth bitch wrote a poem that got inspired by... Oh, no. The poem inspired a script written by somebody else who did something else.
Yeah. All Tim
Which is
did,
Nightmare Before Christmas.
All Tim did was, like, the aesthetics of it. He wasn't even the animator or anything like that.
No, he had, like, weird producer power.
Yeah.
Not executive.
But everyone attributes, like, Nightmare to Tim Burton. But no. It's not. And that's why if you watch, like, his Alice in Wonderland or any of his other schlock, it's all style over substance.
I got the title for this episode. Tim Burton, you are a hack.
That's witty.
We're gonna working title. When you read the title and you get to this moment, you're gonna know that some things have changed.
So, yeah, we watched Wednesday yesterday.
So how did you feel about Wednesday?
Not good.
Me either. I hate hump days.
Boo. No, it was boring. It was annoying. Because it's fine as like a generic whatever, like monster witch school thing, which was something that was unexpected, but whatever. But it's just whatever issues I have with the plot are minor compared to how just awful Wednesday is.
Let's explain just a little preface to this story.
Okay.
Wednesday Addams from the Addams Family.
Yeah.
So this is a spin-off yet tie-in. I don't know where the fuck it ties in.
Thing.
Well, you can't say thing because that's a character.
That is a character, yeah.
She's been expelled from schools because she's so ultra-violent.
Yeah. Which also made no sense. If you know there's a girl in your school who has an affinity for murder and torture and has done things like this before, why would you bully her brother? Of course she dumped piranhas in the school's swimming pool for bullying her brother. Duh! Why, you just can't handle your bully genes so bad, you gotta bully the people.
You get the hijinks?
Just, wah, wah.
The show tries to be funny. Anyways, she gets casted, I guess you could say casted, into the school of witchcraft and wizardry.
Except not that, but because Tim Burton swears he's not trying to steal anyone else's ideas.
Yeah, British guy is definitely not trying to steal another British
it's a
piece of shit's idea.
It's a Monster High. Oh wait, that exists already too.
And that's what it is. Oh my god.
It's so dumb.
It's so frustrating.
So the girl, her roommate, Enid, is doing like a rundown of the school, and she makes it sound like there's only 4 different like
Cliques.
races, which is werewolves, vampires, sirens, and gorgons. But then also there's other kids, like the dude who has telekinetic powers, and like there was another kid who isn't, like, I was like, okay, so it's not just these 4.
What did they call them?
Which one?
The derogatory term they used in the town of Jericho.
Oh, they called them outcasts.
Outcasts, yes.
Not spelled uniquely or anything either, just that you're outcasts. That's what I would call a werewolf if I met them.
I don't know, I'd be like, you're a fucking freak, but...
But it's treated like a normal thing. Like, in this world, there's just werewolves and vampires. It's not a hidden secret from the town.
The town is scared. They talk about, like, being scared of them, but they just allow them to come in and roam, as if, like, wizards and witches were hanging out in Hogsmeade.
Yeah, but...
It's the same concept.
It'd be like if the Muggles knew about wizards and witches.
And, you know, I'm going to do a huge drawback here.
Huh.
This was the most perfect execution of Vampire Academy.
Wow. Vampire
Which was a
Academy.
series of books. They made a movie. It's trash.
Isn't that... What's John C. Reilly in it? No.
It's the Vampire Apprentice that you're thinking of.
Close. I was close.
That's the one where he joins the circus.
It's another one. It might as well
felt,
have been school.
This felt like it should have been during that time of Katniss,
like the Hunger Games.
Bella.
Yeah, Twilight went back when like monster porn was the whole thing.
No, it's not the monster aspect. It was just this teenage girl who goes to a special academy, doesn't fit in, and decides to solve a murder, and then all of a sudden we're just gonna build a series off this. And that's exactly what it fucking is.
What I think of the Addams Family, I know.
Is it the choreographed fights?
It's the It's you can't watch the Addams Family without thinking about that Scooby-Doo crossover episode where these two families of renowned mystery solvers work together.
When they made the Scooby-Doo reference, he's like, the sheriff was like, "Okay, Velma, was just like, if my hand wasn't all messed up, I would have punched you so hard.
It's just...
You take those God-loving words out of your fucking mouth.
I don't know why she has this, like, Nancy Drew complex. The entire time, she's like,
Yeah,
I
they're very-
have to get down to the bottom of this mystery. Who is that monster I saw? It's like, I don't care. Why would you care?
You know what's weird? I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay. So I was playing Pokemon while watching it, and we're gonna get to Pokemon.
Yeah.
But right now we're dealing with Wednesday.
Yeah.
And Wednesday sucks. And I was watching it, and I'm going through it with you at the same time.
Yeah.
I noticed I was watching scenes that you weren't watching, but you were watching scenes that I wasn't watching. Because it doesn't captivate the fucking audience.
No, it's... The main character is awful. She is nasty. Every single thing, and they make a point to talk about this, that she's mean and she uses people and she doesn't care about them and she's dismissive and very uppity, and just because you have the other characters, like, acknowledge this character flaw of hers,
Yeah, we recognize
that
you here.
doesn't make it better. It's still a very annoying character flaw to deal with.
And it was, and there was a whole fight between her and her roommate about that at the Darkness of the Heart.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere.
Oh, I got a little tiny baby.
Puppy kisses, yeah. Yeah, after all, like, the whole season of Wednesday just being terrible, asking her to go with her on this, well, tricking her to go on, like, a monster hunting quest was just too much for her roommate. And now we're not friends anymore.
So dumb. What would you give it out of 10?
I don't even know. Probably like a 5. 4 or 5. If it loses a lot of points for not being anything like the Addams Family, it really does feel like Tim Burton sat there and went, I have a super brilliant, very original idea. And then it wasn't, and no one liked it. And then he went, well, I could turn it into an existing, like, property, and that'll help sell it better. I'm like, yeah, do that. And then he arbitrarily picked the Addams Family because he could play with that stripe style.
I would have to agree. 5 out of 10. I don't like the Addams Family, despite my love of humor.
I think you just haven't seen the right kinds of Addams Family. You never watched the original sitcom, did you?
No.
You should. Gomez is played by Sean Astin's father. He's fun.
This is the televised version.
Yeah.
Okay. I watched the one with Christina Ricci.
The movie?
I watched both of them. I watched them. Well, actually, you know, this was so dumb. I watched the second one before I watched the
Why
first one.
did you do that?
And I was halfway through the second one, and I was like, "What? You didn't establish anyone. What are you doing?" And then I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh."
Addams Family Values comes after Addams Family. That's what those movies are called.
Is it value? I thought it was Values, then the Addams Family.
No. You would have done it again.
Yeah. But I sat down one night and just watched them back to back.
I remember because I went to bed that night, and I was, like, I woke up in the middle, and I was, like, listening to try to figure out what you were watching, and I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching it because I was just like, okay, this is a beloved franchise. Much like Netflix did this again. Rob Zombie's reboot adaptation of
Oh, the Munsters.
The Munsters.
It's weird that it's happening right next to each other, isn't it?
It is weird, but it's also like, you guys are fucking stuck in time. I will give Rob Zombie this break. If you listen to his music, especially when he was starting out and trying to get popular, he makes many Munsters references. Like his biggest single, Dragula.
Mm-hmm. That's their car, isn't it?
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
And that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And now that he's a filmmaker more than a musician, okay, fine. Tim Burton, I think he wrote and produced the Addams Families that I was talking about, the 2 live action ones.
Maybe. But again, it's gonna be the same thing as Nightmare. Like, oh yeah, add more stripes to their outfits.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Honestly, I thought he directed them, but he didn't.
No, he didn't. He's not that good of a director, which really highlighted in Wednesday.
Well, I was gonna say, where the fuck was Johnny Depp?
Yeah, he never showed up. Maybe he's got like better things to do with his life now.
Like destroying a gold digging bitch. Anyways,
And this isn't a dig, because I do feel bad, because you can tell that they were, at least he actually got like children, or at least almost children, to play the teen characters. But woof, a couple of them, not the best acting chops. And they were like the real, it was Enid and Eugene, I'll just say it. They're not the best. Eugene especially, you could tell like all of his dialogue was 80 yard.
I would argue with you. Enid was fun.
She was
way older than the roles she played.
Yes. It was, when she had to be scared, she was very not convincing with her acting ability.
It's that one guy who was showing her the archery that you think is the bad guy. There's a lot of red herrings in this one. You know what I'm talking about? The Euro-looking guy?
Yeah. Xavier? No, Xavier.
Xavier. Xander.
Xander? Xavier.
Xander.
Javier. If they pronounced it right, it would have been Javier. But they called it Xavier.
Anyways, this guy, he's like 6'5", and he's standing next to Wednesday's actress. I don't know her name, but she's a tiny little girl.
She was very good. Her acting was very good.
Yeah.
Wednesday is just a terrible character. That's the problem.
Yeah, it wasn't her portraying her. The moments you think you're going to laugh, I don't know. Even I got a dark sense of humor, but I was just like, yeah, but I see it coming.
Yeah. I know. It's my favorite thing. It was so fucking funny to me. It's at the end where after Wednesday has gone on her whole Nancy Drew quest, she goes, and here I am, I've solved it. And then she lays out her whole, like, and you did this, and this is how this happened, and I solved it this way, and I am so smart. She does that, like, 4 times because she keeps getting it wrong.
Oh yeah, she just accuses everyone at one point.
You're the monster, and I've solved it. Aha, I should have known. You're the monster, and I've solved it. It's like, you're not smart. You got the right answer because you literally accused all of the wrong people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like winning in Clue because you keep guessing wrong.
But you're the only one guessing.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, lots of people die.
Yeah. Like, most of the cast died.
Hey!
Hey!
If you like this content, please subscribe.
You can leave a comment.
Like it.
We're also on Anchor.
We're on Anchor. Both of our podcasts are on Anchor. So if you're on the go and you want to listen instead of having to watch YouTube, you can find us there.
It also works on Spotify as well.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks. Alright.
It's Box Office Trolls. Okay, there's not much to talk about this week.
Of course, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever is still number 1.
Yep, there's nothing to rival it.
Strange World, despite doing poorly, I heard, is still number 2, which is, good for them for being able to beat out Disney trying to smother their advertising.
I looked up the cast, and I couldn't believe that Jake Gyllenhaal was part of this.
Is he really? Wow. You'd think with a star-studded cast, you would advertise it more.
And they didn't.
But I guess your bigotry is too powerful, isn't it, Disney? Well,
hold on. This movie was made during the time of Chapek.
Yes. It's like the last one.
We're in a renaissance of...
Back with Iger. Woo!
Is Iger able to save Disney? I don't know. There's rumors. These are rumors. I read them and I was just a little confused that perhaps they brought him back to make the company look like it's sellable. Which was insanity to me because I was like, aren't you the Empire?
Who would they sell to? That doesn't make any sense to me. I can only imagine them selling certain smaller assets. I can't imagine Disney selling itself,
Yeah. No, I was right there with you. I was like, hold on.
They're the ones who buy things.
You are the empire. You can't crumble and fall. You also took out your biggest competitions.
Yeah.
Look at WB Discovery. Mm-hmm. They're flailing like a fish.
Disney made...
And 20th Century Fox, you consumed.
Yeah, like an angry amoeba just took in. Like, Disney made Disney Plus, and now we have all of these other Plus streaming sites, like Paramount Plus, blah, 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 blah. We have all of those because...
All these losers can't figure out a new name?
Yeah, because Disney did it first, and everyone does what Disney does.
You know what I would have called it? HBO Max. And just left it that way.
Back when it was good?
Yeah,
No,
probably.
I imagine it's probably because with Disney's... one of its biggest cash cows, I guess two of its biggest cash cows, Marvel and Star Wars.
Yep.
They're not cashing out anymore like how they used to. So yeah, Black Panther's number 1 on the box office, but it's
who's to
down
fight it?
31%. You know?
Glass Onion, Knives Out Mystery.
Hell yeah.
It's Netflix's sequel to Knives Out. Knives Out was, God, maybe 4 years old now?
It's weird how long ago it was, wasn't it?
Again, it's crazy to think that there were things that you can refer as pre-pandemic.
The before times.
Yeah, to post-pandemic. And you know you're in a different world when it's post. Mm-hmm. It's like, probably not many of you guys know or remember 9/11.
Yeah.
But the world before 9/11, at least here in America, was very different than post.
It's really funny, especially when you watch movies with airports. And there's a lot, especially like rom-coms. Like we watched Home Alone 2. And the way their airport system works, hilarious.
Greatest cameo of all time.
Hilarious because, like, you can tell that's a pre-9/11
If you know the
setting.
cameo I'm talking about, please put it in the comments. Go ahead.
A pre-9/11 airport. Like, only these wackadoo contrivances could work to force this plot to happen because it's before the 9/11 where airport security was so much more intense. Like, there's no way in hell a lady would drop all of these tickets and not stop and individually recount them all post 9/11.
Yep. Also, man, we've been watching a lot of Christmas movies, and I want to call it quits.
We gotta watch at least one more. My favorite one. We haven't watched it yet.
You can't say your favorite one yet.
I know, but we got to.
We got something planned, but
We gotta watch it.
okay.
Maybe we can watch it sometime. Whenever
Okay.
you feel like.
The box office, it's dropping. Even Wakanda, which is at number 1, is 31.4% dropping. Mm-hmm. You got Strange World and Glass Onion coming out. I don't think many people went to the theaters this weekend.
No, it's not really a theater time of year, you know?
It actually used to be.
That's so weird.
Because if you look, and I brought this up before, you look at Frozen, which came out Thanksgiving weekend, and then Frozen 2, which came out like 3 years later, Thanksgiving weekend. They blew up.
Yeah.
Encanto
Yeah. Was that
also
a Thanksgiving?
one?
Wow.
That was last year's Thanksgiving.
Bananas.
The Strange World has actually broken records in a negative way for Disney.
Oh, damn.
It's the end of a 30-year triumph.
You know, I'll be honest, the thing about Strange World, it just looks like I've seen it before, you know? Like,
I'll watch it, but yeah, whatever.
it's the same, it's a magical fantasy world. I've seen it. Like, it's all the same shit.
Yeah. Just watch Lost in Space. I feel like you're going to be there.
Yeah.
Okay. There wasn't much news because everyone was enjoying turkey. We were enjoying your awesome chicken.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm not just saying that for the podcast. That shit was fucking good.
I can bank on how good my chicken was to offset how I horribly oversalted spaghetti like 2 days ago.
I'm glad you could throw yourself under the bus. It's unedible.
I'll admit I saw the Tupperware of like
No, guys, it's so salty. You just go, oh my. God.
I don't know what I did. Maybe I just blacked out and just keep on salting and just enjoy my salt. And then I fucked up. I oversalted, which has never happened before. I've overseasoned, but never oversalted.
That
like
was
this.
overseasoning.
Yeah. But my chicken was great. My chicken was great, though.
Yeah. Let's remember the good ones and forget the bad ones.
Ignore spaghetti. Anyone can fuck up spaghetti. It's so simple.
Okay, did you beat Pokemon?
No.
Oh, I guess it's probably time to tell you it's Pokemon news.
Pokemon news! So yeah, it's been 2 weeks since Scarlet and Violet came out. Oh.
Who did that? Who did that?
You did.
Oh.
No, yeah, 2 weeks since Scarlet and Violet came out. And I'm close to beating it. I haven't beaten it yet. It's a spoilers, I guess. But I think most people know what happens by this point.
So the guy that you just heard text me, my coworker, he's playing Scarlet also.
Yeah.
And he's been telling me how he's so much superior than me. And I was like, oh, whatever. They talk, right?
Yeah.
And then I find out that he hasn't even made it as far as you.
How far is he?
Just a little bit behind.
Hey.
And I was like, so I am the only one of the three of us to become the reigning champion of Paldea.
Technically my sister beat it, like, 4 days ago or
Those
something.
of us who have actual jobs.
She has an actual job.
Yeah.
She does.
I'm just being a doofus, okay?
Yeah. I'm in love with
So,
it.
the Elite Four, here's some spoilers.
Yes.
How we feel about the Elite Four.
This is the most personality an Elite Four has ever had. Like,
Actually, you know what? Let's stop at the Elite Four. I'm sorry. Let's go. The Elite, there's 3 storylines that connect into one.
yes. Seamlessly, which I didn't expect.
It's pretty cool. The Battle of the Titans
Yeah.
with Arven.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Definitely a heartfelt one. That was the one that I was also the most excited about going into it. Like, something about it's just fun.
I can't wait if they either make this. I feel like they should do a movie just about him.
Yes. I feel like they could. Some sort of special
You
or
haven't
something.
beaten the game yet.
But even from just his Titan storyline with Mappastiff. Ugh.
And I'm going to tell you, I think it's such a fun little ending, and it would be so cool to throw Ash and Go in there
Hell yeah.
and have them go instead of Scarlet or Violet's avatars. Oh, man. And, yeah, it's kind of a tearjerker.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that. I'm like, I'm not ready. That's why I haven't beaten it yet. I'm close to, because I'm like, I need to be in a space where I'm prepared to cry.
And then there's Team Star.
Yes.
That's a second story plot point.
Very predictable, but fun.
Did you love the twist of Cassiopeia?
I did.
Did you like that I almost spoiled it, and then I was like, ooh.
Almost did. I can't believe how you did that, because of reading his dialogue, it's like, obviously you're not.
But there's one hell of a battle.
That was a really good battle, that was.
And then Cassiopeia, when you fight them, whew,
Good stuff. Also, just amazing This game has amazing characterization. There is so many characters, and they're all really well done.
Yep.
Which is crazy, because usually the games will stop and shove a little cutscene in the middle of you going on your adventure, desperately wanting you to fall in love with this annoying bitch that's following you around.
Yep.
And they managed to make these characters infinitely more enjoyable and likable just by having me battle them. Like, when I'm supposed to be battling them.
So you've done the 8 gyms. You went to the Pokemon League.
Yeah. I'm a champion.
You're a champion.
Yup.
How did you feel about the Pokemon League?
It was a good Pokemon League. It was tough. Like, I in the middle of it, I started pumping my Pokemon full of rare candies. You know? It's been a while since I had to do that.
You took a page out of Rambo's book, didn't you?
Yes, I did, because you mentioned that, and I was like, you know what? Yeah.
I had 19 rare candies and a, level 73 Pawmot. Yes, Pawmot for the fucking win.
Your favorite Pokemon now.
No. Number 1, Lucario. Sorry, that's a lie. Number 1, Rayquaza. God, I love you, buddy. Only Pokemon ever in existence that got so fed up with everyone's bullshit, it ate its own Mega Stone so it could do one move to just destroy you, and it Mega Evolves.
Hell
So if
yeah.
there's anything after, you gotta deal with a Mega Pokemon, and that's mega awesome. Number 2, Lucario.
Number 3, Palmon.
Palmon.
Unexpected.
Oh. Pikachu, go away.
You pumped all of your rare candies into your Palmon.
My Palmon is level 100, and it's the only Pokemon in my game so far is level 100. And you know what?
What?
The Elite Four were a joke, and it has nothing to do with how strong I was.
Mm-hmm.
Palmon literally is
It's
the
typing.
antithesis
Yeah.
of everyone's weakness. It will smack you until you get to the 4th one. The 4th one will give you problems,
Yes.
and that's when I strong-armed it.
I
But
was-
don't worry, Palmon's fighting.
It was a really good Elite Four. They're fun. I love their designs.
Yep. I love their emotions.
I was blown away by their typings also.
Yeah, fun. Fun, new.
Never would have guessed, honestly. With like all of them, actually. All of them I never would have guessed. Gita, the champion, good champion. Not
Interesting. I want the DLC to be about her.
Yeah, I want to hang out with her more. I can't wait for Ash and Go to meet her because in my head, I can hear like the perfect voice for her. And I'm like, I hope the voice in my head is what they do with the anime.
Yeah, the boys are going to be really confused about her.
Yeah, she's crazy. She's awesome. What a good team.
So the first one, ground.
Yeah.
Second one, steel.
Yeah. Unexpected.
Third one, my favorite Pokemon gym leader of all time. I can finally, after over 20 years of playing these games, I can tell you my favorite gym leader. And it is Larry.
Unexpected. Who would have guessed? Someone's
I
name,
flipped.
Larry. And
I couldn't even handle it. You
He's-
saw how ecstatic I was.
he's the best.
I was so happy he came out of that elevator and dropped down his suitcase because I was like, let's do this.
The way I described him to my sisters, because they were talking about how when he throws out his Pokeballs, you see the tiny glimpse of someone who used to have the same energy as Ash. And I was like, in the front of his brain, it's like, yay, Pokemon! And then in the back of his brain, it's like, my quarterly invoices are due soon, and I need to pick up toilet paper on the way home. And I'm like, that's me! I'm you!
And the fact that he's not only just the normal type gym leader, but he's also
The flying type.
type Elite Four.
And his design works for both.
And it just, I was like, I love you, Larry. You're nothing against my Palmon, which is electric. But
yeah.
I love that you keep showing up. Ordinary Larry, you know?
Love it. Fantastic.
Number 4, I can't remember his name. Very emotional.
Yes, unlike any dragon
He's also-
type specialist we've ever had.
What is he, the art teacher
Yeah.
of the academy?
I went to one of his classes and it cracked me up because it's like, welcome to the art class, an ultimately worthless class. Because in the end, it's just an extra curricular activity that most of you won't even need to use in your desired professions. And I was like, I'm here for art. Yeah. Not your midlife crisis.
And you go out to fight Gita.
Ugh.
Oh,
Ugh.
so cool. And then you're like, that is the higher echelon. That is a cool way to finish off the Pokemon League. But that's not the final fight because you got to go fight your rival.
I will say, fighting Gita on top of that building was infinitely more exciting than a stadium full of people watching me fight Leon. I will say that.
I don't
'Cause
know.
it's
I
just
felt the
like-
same emotions.
That like, it's just us. This isn't for the
What-
show. It's for us.
When I played Sword, I didn't care. That was the first time I played Galar. When I played Shield, right, that was my second run through.
Yeah.
I took in the story more. I read everything. I kind of understood their emotions. And when Leon played his cards and I played mine, I felt like this is it. This is the actual duel. This is the way to win. You know, is your heart in it?
Yeah.
Wow, that was a fun finale.
Like the World Cup. 0-0, baby.
But Gita doesn't give you that cool finale that Leon does when he Gigantamaxes Charizard. Mm-hmm. Right? That's awesome. You know, it's a display.
I did like the look of, what is it? Rock terrestrialization? Is that what that was that she used at the end there? It looked like a ring or something, but not like the normal type, how it looks like a ring. Her terrestrialization was very cool looking. For being
I'm
a
trying
thing
to remember.
that
I
looks
just
dumb.
mulled right over her. I was just so ready, like, this is mine.
Which one did you have the most issues with out of the Elite Four and Gita? Which one was the toughest one for you? What?
None. Palmont just fucking I'm not kidding. I strong-armed them hard.
My man,
I was like, do not come near me.
Poppy gave me some trouble. Yeah.
I expected Fairy from that little fuck.
I expected Ghost. I thought she was some, like, dead ghost girl.
Was that a girl?
Poppy? I believe so.
I thought it was a boy.
I don't know.
That was another weird thing about this Pokemon game. I don't want to get into it because I might be overreading it because of social media or something.
Like, all over the place with designs. Yeah. When Rika showed up, I was like,
Rika.
That's a hot boy. And then they're like, this is Rika. She does this. I was like, that's a pretty woman.
Yeah, I was like, okay. Yeah, after that, you fight your rival.
Mm-hmm.
Nemona?
Nemona?
Nemoya?
Nemora.
Nemora. No. Pneumonia.
Pneumonia. Ammonia.
Anyway, she's
Sorry.
all excited and she's like, come on, let's go to the town square and we'll just battle it out. Mm-hmm. And you're like, this is cool. It's even cooler than fighting the champion of them. And it is. It's a bigger battle.
She had a good well-rounded team.
Yep. And then you get the, like, post-story.
Yeah. Well,
and you gotta go find the professor.
Yeah. I liked beating Nemona. I think that was her name. And I liked it because afterwards she was like, I want to battle you again. Which Pokemon should I use this time? And I liked the idea of a rival that actually does have tons of Pokemon, you know? Because usually it's like, here's my 3 that I caught on Route 1, and I'll just keep challenging you with these 3 for forever, and go, oh, how do you keep beating me?
Yeah, no, that was awesome. You go through the whole thing, and then you join up the 3 storylines team up. So you got Arven, Ammonia, and
Cassio. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I spoiled it.
Sorry. I mean, we told you spoiled. We spoiled literally everything. Sorry.
Anyways, I'm not going to spoil the ending
because
you haven't reached it.
I have theories and I'm scared.
But, oh my god, I was like, this feels... Honestly, it felt like watching Season 3 of Yu-Gi-Oh!
That's a good season.
I know, it's the best season.
I was really hyped seeing all 4 of us together.
Oh, I know.
As we were going down
and you descend into the depths of hell.
And we all hop onto the Pokemon together.
Yep.
And I'm like, teamwork! Ah!
And then you're like kind of flying off, and Arven grabs you, and he like throws you in the front seat, and then you're just right off.
Crazy move where he like throws you in front of him, and then grabs your waist
and throws you down,
lands you in front of him, and I was like, oh, Arven.
I'll tell you this, and those who know, there are 2 major battles.
I'm so excited because I'm like, who could it possibly be?
And one of them is just outstanding. You'll love it. You won't have any idea how to handle it. It's pure raw Pokemon power.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know what you are, but I'm gonna try and figure it out. It's 6-on-6.
The thing that I'm most excited about,
I'm not done,
is once I do beat the story, I still want to keep playing and not start a new game. I want to I want to find those legendaries. I want to beat the Pokedex. I want to do all that.
Yep.
It's been so long since it's been like, okay, I finished the story. I'll keep playing. Nah, man.
No, I'm gonna go 100%. The second fight, all I can say is when that opponent shows up, so badass because they pull out one Pokeball, and you can see what it is, and it's a Master Ball, and they drop it on the field, and it's just
Too exciting.
oh.
I can see you want to talk about it, so
I do.
I gotta finish
I
it.
do. I loved it. I was like, this is a Pokemon movie. Like,
I plan on
this
finishing
was
it
the
tonight.
battle of battles.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, this is so cool. This is so awesome.
I'm so
And
excited.
honestly, that fight, it freaked me out
Yeah.
because I was like, I'm losing. I might not actually win.
Oh, you know what? You know what caused me the most trouble with the Elite Four? The fucking opening interview that you do.
Dude,
I got
okay.
it wrong 3 times.
So that's a fun thing. You have to get an interview with the Pokemon League. So you just walk in and go, hey, I have 8 badges. And then you sit down with Rika. Mm-hmm. And Rika, she interviews you and then asks you a bunch of questions.
I didn't remember the name of the school, and I got it wrong. Like,
So I got a few questions wrong too. That coworker I was talking about, who was
Yeah.
playing Scarlet, he was telling me yesterday he walked in, did the interview, and failed it and kicked him out.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Rika-
how do you fail it?
Rika just looks disappointed, and then she's like, "Okay, you can leave." And, like in the middle of the interview, it's not like you finish. Like it's like once you get it wrong, it's like, "Okay, you can go." And then she stands up as you leave, and then she like puts her hand in her pocket and looks away, and she looks disappointed, and she goes, "How did that happen?" And I was like, "What did I do?" And it's super embarrassing because usually Pokemon will pretend like those things don't happen, but they did. Like once I finally finished the interview, she's like, "Honestly, I don't know how you kept getting it so wrong before." And I'm like, "Shut up, Rika. I'm dumb. I don't go to the school."
Rika asks a question, and it's like, why do you want to become champion? And one of them is to become stronger, to find my treasure, or
Yeah.
I'm just here for fun.
Yeah.
What did you choose?
To find my treasure.
I chose to become stronger.
Ah,
He chose just for fun.
that's
And they booted him.
just felt like it on a whim.
I was just like, that's not... I know what you're doing. You're trying to be just like me. You want to be a Pokemon master. Why the hell would you say you're here for fun?
Jeez.
Like, don't take it on face value. You're there to actually fight. And it's funny that if you do just kind of get sloppy with it, they're going to be like, nah, you
Yeah.
can't be part of it.
It's when they're like, which gym did you have the worst trouble with?
Yeah.
And it gives you like the names of the towns, and I'm like, fuck, I don't remember that. And they're like, okay.
What's the name of the leader?
As like in case you just picked one at random, and it's like, fuck.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of problems. There's a lot of glitches. I love a lot of the new Pokemon.
Amazing game. I need to really sit down and think about where I would put it in my ranking of Pokemon games. Because it might beat out Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
For me, I've always loved Pokemon. I always enjoyed it. To figure out a time when I didn't enjoy it the most, probably Alpha and Omega.
God, I was thinking about them today. I hate them.
I know you hate them.
They're bad.
I felt like that dragged on. And then they turn around and they make Sun and Moon. Which,
Oh, yeah.
Did I talk about this? I realized why the sequels are called Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Because they're Ultra Beasts. Yay.
Yeah, I I walked alone that night.
You never played Sun and Moon.
I did.
How far did you get?
Halfway.
Really?
So annoying.
I understand
Dumb.
why people didn't like it.
Trash.
I enjoyed it,
Garbage.
but going back and trying
It's so bad I sold my 3DS.
going back and trying to play it a second time, or even just play. I've never finished Ultra Sun. Like I started to, and I was playing, and I was like, it's just not a fun experience the second time around.
It's too much cutscenes, and they kind of eased up on that. Galar, Gen 8, Sword and Shield.
It's really like front heavy with the cutscenes.
I was very hesitant.
It's the fucking beginning where you gotta walk over to the train station and say hi to Leon, then walk back home and pick your Pokemon, and wander into the forest and wait for the battle you can't even win.
And when I played it the first time, I was like, okay, it's just a Pokemon game. That's it. They did a lot better than Sun and Moon. I can actually finish this one. When I came back 2 years later to play Shield, I took it all in. And maybe because we were watching the anime at that time.
It helps, I would say.
But I was just like, I actually kind of like this game, and I like what's going on. The ending with Chairman Rose and Leon, when they're having a discussion about Tornadus. I think that's how you say it.
It's Pokemon, you know.
Anyways,
we called her Ammonia.
it was actually like, oh, there's a bigger story here going on, and that's cool. This game is even more in depth. Feels way too much Breath of the Wild-y, but I love that.
In a good way, though.
It feels like a Pokemon spot. When we're talking about secret hidden locations, like you were talking to me about the dragon.
Yeah, the Dragon Lake with the Dragon Sisters.
Yeah, and I was like, what are you talking about? And then I just came across this lake, and I was like, there's Dratinis and Dragapults just all over me. What are you... This is the place.
I knew it was good because this is the first time I've ever enjoyed being in a cave with a Pokemon game.
Yep.
And I was like, I need to go back to those caves. I want to check them out more now that I can climb walls, especially.
Yeah, no, I already put in about 50 hours. I'm at 250 plus Pokemon in my Pokedex, and I do plan to just go all the way.
Yeah, we've been trading already.
Yep.
So
that was awesome. I love it. That was Coffee Break. Happy holidays, everyone.
Moving into December.
Christmas is just right around the corner.
And Hanukkah?
Hanukkah.
Is it?
Did Hanukkah start already?
I was like, did it pass already?
No, it hasn't started yet. It's not December. We're still in November.
Is it in December? Isn't Hanukkah sometimes in like January or something?
I'm not going to lie. Don't know when it starts or stops.
It's not. It's based on the lunar calendar, so it's not on like the same day.
Yeah, I know it moves around.
So I never know when it happens. I always feel bad. I always hope it lines up with like the Christmas vacation days that school will give you. They call it winter break now. When I was like in elementary school, they called it Christmas break.
Yep.
But then they're like, that's rude to people who don't celebrate Christmas. So then they started calling it winter break. But I always felt bad because it lines up on Christmas. So I always wanted Hanukkah to fall in that like week or 2 weeks there. So they also got their holiday off. So I don't know when it is this year.
Well, I feel bad for them because it's a 7-day holiday. And Christmas is technically one fucking day.
Yeah.
But then you leave it up to the people who celebrate Christmas, and they drag that out to be a 2-week holiday, and it doesn't end until the second of the year.
2 weeks? More like 2 months. It starts in November. Won't
well,
end.
I'm talking about proper.
Yes.
In its proper form, it lasts for 2 weeks. Yeah. And it's like, okay, calm down.
So that was Coffee Break.
That was Coffee Break. I hope you guys enjoy it. Little less structured, but I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I had fun.
It's getting crazy out there. It's getting cold. It's getting dark.
It is getting cold. It is getting dark.
And, you know, it's the end of the year, and it's been a rough year.
It's been a weird one. Definitely ups and downs.
But I'm glad it's finally going to be over. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you love Pokemon, I hope you're enjoying Pokemon. There will be DLC. I don't know when it's coming, but they're supposed to be working on a patch soon.
Can't wait.
I wonder what the patch is going to change, because it's probably going to take away how awesome my Palmont is. Just know Nintendo, they hate me.
It just nerfs Palmont entirely for no reason.
They might get a brick through the window.
We'll see you in the next one, guys.
Bye.
Bye.